Hello my dears and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be covering the case of Ayla Reynolds, which took place in Maine. Ayla was only 20 months old when she went missing. Her parents were Trista Reynolds and Justin DiPietro. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Probably not. Throughout this video I'll just call him Justin if that's fine. Ayla was actually an unexpected baby. She was not planned at all. Justin didn't really want the baby, but Trista actually did want to have the baby. So while she was pregnant, they kind of ended things. Around the time that Ayla went missing, Trista was having trouble with addiction, and Trista really did care a lot for Ayla, and she wanted to give her the best life possible, so she decided to check herself into rehab, and she gave Trista over to the care of her sister. But for some reason, Justin's mother, Ayla's grandmother, decided that Ayla should be with Justin. So there was like a whole legal thing, and Ayla ended up with Justin. And Trista actually didn't have full custody of Ayla. She had visitations with Ayla because legally she did abandon Ayla with her sister. However, Justin and Trista didn't really get along that well after their breakup, and Trista got pretty frustrated with Justin. She would call him several times, and he would never let Ayla talk to her. He'd always say, oh, she's watching a show, or oh, she's with a friend, or some kind of excuse so that Ayla couldn't talk with her mom. And that made Trista really frustrated because she wanted to talk to her little girl and Justin didn't want her to. There were times when she would come over to the house for visitations and she would find bruises on Ayla and she'd be like, Justin, like, what is this? And he, especially one time, she said that his explanation for these bruises on her was that they were at Chuck E. Cheese's. She went in the ball pit and there was a kid in the ball pit who was kicking her. But the problem with that is, at the time, there were no ball pits at that Chuck E. Cheese. So that really didn't make any sense at all. In fact, a few days or a few weeks, depending on what source you read, before Trista filed for custody, Ayla broke her left arm while she was staying at her father's house. And her father claimed it was an accident, but we're going to get into that later. So at this point, Trista is really frustrated. She's been through rehab and everything, and she wants to have full custody of Ayla because she is worried that Ayla is either being neglected or abused by Justin. So on Thursday, December 15th, 2011, Trista files for full custody. The next day, which would be Friday, the 16th of 2011, Ayla was still staying at her father's house in Waterville, Maine. The last time she was seen, she was in bed wearing a onesie with the words "Daddy's Princess" written on the front. And her left arm was in a soft splint and sling because it had been broken not that long beforehand. Justin wasn't the only person in the house though. There was also his sister, his girlfriend, and two other children. I don't know if that is his girlfriend's children or his sister's children or maybe one of each. I don't really know. But there were 4 other people in the house besides him. On Saturday, December 17th of 2011, at 8:51 in the morning, Justin calls 911 and says that Ayla is missing after discovering her bed empty. Waterville Police and Maine State Police show up and look for evidence in Justin's house, while firefighters, police officers, and game wardens extensively search the area. The search continued on Sunday as volunteers, police dogs, and FBI agents join in the search. The game warden searched the banks of the Messalonsky, I hope I'm saying that right, stream on that same day. On Monday, police seize both Justin and his girlfriend's car. The same day, Trista is on ABC's Good Morning America and also on HLN's Nancy Grace show. The search continues as the game wardens search the Messalonsky stream again, this time on an airboat, and they also search the area in an airplane. Investigators drain a section of the Messalonsky stream, while others search through trash bins and local areas and also in the nearby woods. Also, the FBI Child Abduction Rapid Deployment Team joins the search as well. On Thursday, December the 22nd, police put up tape all around Justin's house and look for any evidence, and two of Maine's top homicide prosecutors visited the house. Hello, this is editing me. Sorry if I look a little bit tired. It's still fairly early in the morning, so I still have like my sleep face on. Basically, I had to refilm half of the video. Luckily, it was on the same day, so I look exactly the same, but the camera angle might be different, that's all. And honestly, what they found in that house could be potential evidence against Justin. They found that the house did not appear to be broken into, but what they also found was blood, and not a normal amount of it. According to Trista, they found blood on a pair of slippers, on Ayla's doll, on Ayla's car seat, along with vomit on the car seat, on Justin's shoes, on the living room sofa, on a plastic blue tote that had a sheet in it, and the sheet also had blood on it, and the blood was also found in the basement close to where Justin's bed was. And mixed in with the blood in the basement was also vomit and saliva. In an interview with Crime Watch Daily in December of 2018, Alicia DiPietro, who was Justin's sister, claimed that the blood was from Ayla projectile vomiting because she was having issues with lactose intolerance. Now, after the blood was tested, they found that it was Ayla's, but not only that, they said that the blood could either have been from projectile vomiting or blunt force trauma. So those two are very probable things that could have happened, either one being pretty bad. In February of 2012, dive teams started searching the Messalonsky stream and also Kennebec River. They were searching it for several months, and they found some potential evidence in the Kennebec River, but it later turned out to be unrelated to the case. Unfortunately, during the following months, they continued to search with dive teams in both bodies of water, but they ended up finding nothing in there. On the 31st of May in 2012, police held a press conference, and they stated that they believed that Ayla Reynolds was deceased. They said that this conclusion was based on several factors, but they didn't state what those factors were. In 2013, Justin's girlfriend, who was the same girlfriend at the time of Ayla's disappearance, charged him with domestic violence assault. She accused him of grabbing and pushing her during an argument, and he pled not guilty to this charge. Now, by this point, Trista had tried multiple times to get into contact with Justin, but he just would not talk to her. So she actually found out the court date for this assault charge, and she showed up to the courthouse, and she confronted him in front of the courthouse, and this escalated very quickly into an argument and then into a full-on altercation.
Just look at me, Justin, look at me!
Just say where the
Justin, please.
Just say where she is!
Justin, just look me in the eye!
I'm gonna go right in there.
Trista Reynolds and her supporters chased Justin DiPietro through the streets of Portland today, but DiPietro wanted nothing to do with them. This day was filled with confrontations both inside and outside Cumberland County Court. Court officers threw several people out of the building after family members scuffled inside.
I am Ayla's grandmother, and I believe she's alive. And I am her mother. Yes, and believe that she's alive, and tell us what you did.
Now, during this whole thing, Justin did not talk to her. He actually pretty much ran away. During the argument, or altercation, or whatever you want to call it, Phoebe, who is Justin's mother, accused Trista of breaking into Justin's house and abducting Ayla, even though there is no evidence of this whatsoever. Unfortunately, on the 17th of May in 2017, Ayla Reynolds was officially declared legally dead. However, just recently, in December of 2018, so only like 6 months ago, when I'm filming this anyway, Trista filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Justin, claiming that he caused Ayla's death, and her attorney, William Childs, hope that this lawsuit will help bring them some answers. In front of the press, Trista said, and I quote, "Justin, I promise you, wherever you are, one day you will have to face me and tell me the truth of what really happened to Ayla. You can't hide from this forever." Trista's attorney, William Childs, said that Justin was last known to be living in California, and also Justin's ex-girlfriend, the one who was at his house when Ayla disappeared, also moved across country to Florida. Justin would not answer questions via email, and he also would not return phone calls. So he most likely does know that Trista is suing him, but I'm assuming that he's probably just going to avoid it as much as he can. So currently Trista is living in Portland with 2 children of her own, and every December, on the anniversary of Ayla's disappearance, she lights a little pink candle in remembrance of Ayla. Ayla was last seen wearing a green polka-dotted onesie with Daddy's Princess written on them. She had blonde hair, blue eyes, and was 1 year old. She also had a broken arm that was in a soft splint and sling at the time of her disappearance. Her last known location was in Waterville, Maine at Justin DiPietro's house in December of 2011. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't actually find any number that people could contact for information about Ayla, so I don't actually know where to call. But that is all I could find on this case. If there's anything that I may have missed, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. If there are any other cases that you think I should cover, whether they be in Maine, in New England, or just anywhere, it doesn't necessarily have to be from New England, then please let me know so that I can cover them. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up because that really helps me out. You should check out some of my other videos, and if you like my channel, then subscribe, and if you don't, then just move on with your life. If you have any case recommendations, whether they be in New England or just in anywhere, then be sure to leave them in the comments down below, and I will hopefully see you in the next video. Bye!